Here we have Tech Team's number 746 replacement floor glide set. In today's video we're going to go over where and why you want to use this, the features, and how you install it. Let's take a moment to go over the physical features and geometry of the actual foot here. It's made from heavy-duty nylon, as you can see, encased in a steel cup, and the diameter is 1.38 inches, which we know 1.375 is 1 3/8 inches, so that is the diameter. The thickness is 0.49 inches, which is pretty much as close to a ½ inch as you can get. The stem is 5/16 inch, and it's SAE thread, it's not metric. The length of the stem is 2.95 inches, which is pretty close to 3 inches. And the nut right here is, and this is how you adjust it, is showing as 0.42 inches, which just happens to work out well with a 7/16 inch wrench. This is the fitting that secures the male threaded stem of the glide into the leg of the piece of furniture. It's what's known as a 4-prong, those 4 prongs, T-nut, and it has an internal 5/16 inch thread, so it's perfectly in sync with the thread on the glide. Diameter of the tube extension or neck on this is 0.37 inches, and as we know, 0.375 is 3/8 of an inch, so at least for the first 0.39 inches we want our hole to be 3/8 inch diameter, and then since the stem of the glide is 5/16 inch, as we know, we're going to drill the balance of the hole 5/16 inch diameter, and as indicated before, we need at least 2.95 inches of depth, so we're going to drill it to just a touch over 3 inches. Both the metal parts of the glide and the T-nut have a bright zinc electroplate finish to give them a long service life. Okay, the set comes with 4 glides and 4 T-nuts, because pretty much every case is going to be 4 legs on whatever it is you're going to apply these to. Where and why you want to use these is pretty simple. If you have a hard surface floor like a parquet or wood or something of that nature, this is going to wear very well against that surface and make it easy to move the piece of furniture around. Also, should you have a soft surface floor like carpeting or something of that nature, these will move extremely easily against that particular surface. Since the glide is 1 3/8 inch diameter, it also spreads out the weight of the piece of furniture across a 1 3/8 inch diameter surface area. This greatly reduces the incidence of gouging or scratching or denting or anything of that nature. We're going to make a little comparison here and give you 2 different scenarios. In one, you have a raw bottom on your wood leg of your chair, ottoman, coffee table, whatever, and as you can appreciate, the grain of the wood goes parallel to the long axis of the leg. So if you were to slide this across a carpeted floor, for instance, eventually you're going to start peeling and pulling back at the edges and the corners here. Not only will it not look good, but it's going to affect the integrity of the leg. The other situation is that you install a glide such as this, and what happens is the glide takes all the punishment, and because of the way it's constructed and the material it's made out of, it slides easily across all floor surfaces and there's no damage to your leg. It probably won't surprise you that this particular item is also very popular for use on things like workbenches, in garages, basements, etc., because it makes it very easy to level the bench. Since your T-nut is fixed tight into the bottom of the leg, you can very easily turn the glide. However, when all the weight is on it, it could be a little difficult. This is why a 7/16 inch wrench is important, because you can use the wrench to screw this in and screw it out, and thus make a perfect leveling of the bench top, the countertop, or whatever it is you're trying to level. And since this is extremely low friction, this will just turn against the floor surface. This is a fairly simple item to install, and the tools that you will need for this project are a power drill, a drill index with appropriate sized drill bits, a hammer or a mallet, and a 7/16 inch open end wrench. And if you're going to use a hammer rather than the mallet, you are definitely going to need safety glasses. Okay, now it's time to drill some holes. What we've done here, since we don't have one of those fancy little drill collar things, is we have put a piece of tape at just a little bit more than the length of the barrel on the T-nut, and that tape will serve as our depth marker so that we don't drill the hole too deep. Bingo, there we go. Our 3/8 diameter hole has been drilled to a depth of roughly 5/8 of an inch. Now we're going to go to our slightly narrower 5/16 inch hole, and we just line that up against the threaded stem of the glide, and we put our piece of tape right on that, and now we have a very effective depth marker. There we go. Now you're going to want to double check to make sure your depth is correct before we move forward here. Now we take our T-nut, and you notice that the barrel of the nut fits nicely into that 3/8 inch bore. And we take our hammer or mallet. We tap this until it's flush with the bottom of the leg. Thusly. For the purpose of this demo, I saw no reason to put a coffee table or ottoman up on top of this table to start working on it, so we just took a leg section, which of course gives you the same idea of exactly how this all goes together. Now we simply thread our glide right into that. I don't think it's necessary to screw this in all the way. I'm sure you get the general idea. But now, appreciate this. This is the leg. It's installed on the leg, and it's on a workbench, kitchen cabinet, or it's on an ottoman or coffee table, and you want to adjust it without having to turn the table over or something of that nature. You just put your 7/16 wrench on here, and bingo. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. As you turn this clockwise, it's going to reduce the height, and as you turn it counterclockwise, thusly, it's going to increase the height. Just follow that, get yourself a level, and you'll be able to make everything absolutely perfect.